feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Colby Rebel Show. I am your host, Colby Rebel, where my goal is to answer that question or make that connection. So be sure to get on in the call line right now while you can at 310-997-4966. 310-997-4966. And it's good to see you. Good to have you back here. You know, we are really getting into the final month of 2022. So as we get closer to the holidays and we embark on a new year, how are you reflecting? Have there been any losses or transitions? Or is grief stepping in? Are you excited for the new year? Goals that you're setting for yourself? So, this is a time for us to kind of take stock, to reflect, have gratitude, presentness, and really just an opportunity to say, am I where I want to be? Am I happy where I am? Where can I improve? And where can I just kind of have a sense of balance in my life? So, this is what we're going to work on. I have some classes coming up that I'm very, very excited about. We do have the Merry Messages coming up. So, the Merry Messages is an opportunity to connect to your loved ones on the other side. So, this is an online mediumship event that I love doing. So it is Merry Messages and it is online. It's Tuesday, December 13th, and it will be from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're missing that loved one or wanting that connection, they really are a beautiful community online event, and the memories and the messages and the moments that really step through really remind us that we're not alone, that our loved ones are very, very much around us and they are with us. As we step into the new year, we do have some classes. We have raising your vibration. So, this is going to be a workshop just helping you tune into yourself. It is Wednesday, January 11th, and this is just an opportunity to go, hey, how do I tap into my vibration? How does it work? What do I do? So that's going to be a lot of fun for us to just kind of come together. It's a great way to start off the new year. So we're going to do some callers, kind of answer those questions, make those connections. So as you get into the call line, listen for your area code. If you are chosen, please be sure to have that phone not on speakerphone, not with earbuds. Just have it nice up to your ear so it's very, very clear. No ringing, dinging, blinging. We want a nice, solid connection, especially for those listening in as well. Tuck away anything that makes noise, whether it's babies, animals, spouses, whatever it is, the neighbor next door. Let's just kind of find a nice, quiet place for ourselves and know what question you would like answered. What's your question, if it's specific, and which loved one would you like to hear from? That just helps us take as many callers as we can. So let us just see what we have here. Let's see. How about we do 941? Hey, 941. This is Colby. Who is this?
Hey, Colby, this is Cindy.
Hi, Cindy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. What can I do for you tonight?
A message from any of my loved ones on the other side, unless you want someone specific, and then I can do that.
Okay. Well, just for me, there's a male that steps forward more immediately for you, Cindy. So, and I feel like this male gives me the impression of a father figure for you. So, would we have dad on the other side for you, Cindy?
Yes, we
Okay.
would.
So I feel like he wants to step in first. It's interesting because I feel maybe he wasn't maybe he wasn't the best communicator. Would that make sense around him, Cindy?
Yes.
Like, I just feel like it's not the best communicator, not super lovey dovey.
Right.
I think he had a hard time saying things. Even as he got a little older, I don't really feel like, it was easy for him to express how he felt. And so, I feel like he wanted to come in first and foremost just to kind of show you how much he's grown on the other side. And I do feel like with him, Cindy, there's some apologies with him. I just feel like, I just, in all honesty, I feel like he feels that maybe he could have been a little bit more supportive while he was here in the living. Would you understand that around him, Cindy?
Yes, I
O-
would. Yes.
Okay. Because he apologizes for not being there, almost for not being there for you. And also there's something around not believing you. So I'm trying to figure out what he could mean by that. But do you happen to remember a situation or a circumstance, maybe with another family member where your dad was taking
Yes.
more? Okay. So he apologizes for this and he apologizes because I feel like he now sees that you were telling the truth around it. Okay.
Mhm.
And I just get a feeling from him also is a sense of understanding faith now as well. So I'm not exactly certain that he was a religious man, but it's almost like he understands faith more now than he ever did
You're
before.
making me smile.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. He shares that with me. And do you happen to know the name Dick, Cindy, Dick or Richard at all in the living or in spirit? Would that name kind of connect
Yes.
you? Okay. Can I ask who that would be for you, Cindy?
I have a friend named Richard
Uh-huh.
and a relative named Richard.
Okay, got it.
And so both. Mhm.
Okay, okay.
One's gone, one's not.
I see. I see. I feel like the thing I pick up is some health issues. So would you understand the one in the living possibly experiencing some health
Yes.
issues? Okay. So I feel like there's a connection of you stepping in or maybe being there for for the one in the living. And that's your friend, the one in the living. Would that be correct or is that the relative?
Friend. You're
Okay.
correct.
Yeah. So I just feel like maybe it's stepping in and being there for them just because I don't feel like they have a huge support network here, Cindy. And so I feel
Agree.
like it's you kind of stepping in and just being there. And they don't ask a lot of you. So I feel like, it may be a sense of you kind of sticking your nose where being a little persistent just because I feel like they're not one to really ask for a lot of help either. They feel to be very loving, very kind, but I do feel like they're feeling a bit stressed about their situation, but they don't want to take advantage of you. And so
Okay.
maybe just kind of know that I feel like that's coming in. But I just wanted to say that I feel like dad really wanted to say hello, wanted to tell you that he loves you. And just to kind of, again, reiterate that he does apologize for the mistakes he made and he understands that sometimes it was about protecting someone else rather than just kind of allowing things to be and addressing them as they needed, right? But he loves you
Mhm.
very much and letting you know that he is with you very very much and he very much supports you. So I just feel like just he wanted to just come in first and foremost to share that with you, okay?
Thank you, Colby.
You are welcome. You have a beautiful night, Cindy.
You too.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So let us do 978.
Hello.
Hi there,
Hello, this
978.
is Diane.
Hi, Diane. How are
Hi, how are
you?
you, Colby? Thank you. Very good,
Yes.
thank you.
What can I do for you tonight?
I wanted to know, like, if my dad had something to say, or my love relationship meeting a soulmate.
Okay, got it. I feel like I want to kind of go into the love soulmate question if I could, if you don't mind, just because
No,
there's,
not at all.
okay, I just feel like maybe now or kind of coming in, you have more time than you have before. So I'm not sure if there's
Oh,
been a change that's creating more space. And so I feel like you are creating more energy and more space in your life to bring in that soulmate, to bring in that partner, okay? And
Okay.
I just feel like it's also you. I keep hearing to encourage you to kind of put on your dancing shoes. So a sense of like getting back into things you love, right? And I feel like it's through that is how you meet your person. Okay. So it's interesting too because I
Okay.
think you actually have a lot of different interests, but I think it's more about getting you out there, getting you out having fun, that sort of thing, because you hold on to a lot of responsibility, right? And so I think what
Correct.
happens is sometimes you keep yourself a little too busy to kind of keep that space open. So now I see it's opening. I feel like the door is opening and I just see that this person is coming in, but it's also it's interesting because you're not one to it feels like you're not one to like a lot of attention. So I need you
I
to
know.
kind of yeah, I need you to kind of keep your head up, keep your eyes open, keep that beautiful smile going. Because I feel like Diane that there's already somebody around you trying to get your attention, and maybe you just are not acknowledging it or seeing it or that sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
Um,
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah, so I would just kind of keep an eye open that way. The other thing too is I feel like, to me, there's a real openness. Do you enjoy reading, Diane? Can I ask you? I just keep seeing books
No,
around you.
I wish I did. I wish I did, but I don't.
Okay. The partner you're with, they may be either they have a lot of different interests as well, or they may be well read. They may enjoy reading. I just see books around. So I'm just going to kind of give you that because I feel like that's going to be a connector once you meet them. Okay. And
Oh, excellent.
a
Excellent.
and I just feel like it's about too what's interesting too is I feel like as we get into the new year, there's almost like a you stepping into you again. So again, finding those dance shoes, putting them on, letting yourself have some fun, letting yourself getting back in. And I feel like this partner steps in. It's too easy. Sometimes it's a little easy for you to just kind of stay in your bubble, do your thing,
Correct.
go
That's what I
home.
try. I do that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I just want to encourage you outside of that because I feel like I think you're really going to enjoy this person. I feel like again, they're in your area, they're around you. I honestly feel like you may already know them, honestly. So that's why I just
Oh,
want to say,
okay.
hey, let's kind of get out there. Let's see who's paying attention. And I think you're going to be surprised that you're like, oh my goodness, I didn't even realize. And I think they may have had a crush for quite a while.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So just keep it
Thank
open and
you.
put yourself out there and I feel like you're going to absolutely kind of see this connection and I do feel like this is coming in the next year, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Have fun.
All right. Thank you and happy holidays.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Okay, let us do another caller. Here we go. How about 561? Hey, 561. This is Colby. Who is this?
Hey, Colby, this is Susan.
Hi, Susan. How are you?
I'm great.
Well, what can I do for you tonight?
I would love if we could connect to one of my parents, my mom or my dad or whoever wanted to come through.
Okay, got it. I feel like mom steps in first here, okay, Susan? And
Okay.
I get a sense from mom. You know what's interesting? The first sense I get is the sense of power, or maybe she's become stronger on the other side, or more confident on the other side. Because she comes in just strong to me. She comes in loving. She comes in strong, and I really get the sense from her of I don't know. Maybe she didn't always have the pieces together. I'm not sure, but would that resonate? Like not always having everything together or not always able to stand up for herself in the living. Would that make sense around your mom, Susan?
Not so much. Like when she had to, she was very strong.
Yeah. I get the sense more on the other side. There's a sense of power. I'm just trying to figure out what she means by that.
Okay.
maybe just more unapologetic about it. Just more, unapologetic about being loving, being strong, being kind of there for you a lot, right? And I feel like just from the other side, just a sense of a lot of guiding you, Susan. I just, especially in the last couple years, I feel like there's just been around you a lot as you were kind of entering. It's like a new phase for you. She gives me the sense of this new phase or this new journey that I feel like you've been on, and it's where like you've been finding your strength and so she shows me like a lot of energy and power around that for you, but a lot of love around it. And again, I
Okay.
get this sense too with her where I don't know, I feel like in the living, like you said, maybe she could step in and be strong, but it's like to me, there's more of a calmness to her. I just feel like she feels more calm. I feel like she feels that she's okay. Like there's a sense of like, I'm okay. I'm okay here. I'm okay with my life, that sort of thing. So, but there's been a
Okay.
lot of pushing interesting around you. So have you been going through a change or something, Susan, in the last couple of years? Or something where you're starting something new? Just makes me feel like there's been a lot of strength around it for you.
Well, there's been a lot of changes, I think, for everybody with COVID, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, for
I
sure.
lost my job and then I started working from home. So a lot of changes, in that area.
Yeah. She gives me a lot of just kind of a lot of love. The most thing is a lot of love around you. A lot
Mm.
of like, it's almost this sense of getting you to kind of, I think there's something about you taking the next step or taking the next move, Susan. So I feel like it's like she's trying to give you this strength to say, look, it's time to step up into this. It's time for your next phase here. It's time for you to make a move. Okay. So this may
Okay.
be just kind of considering, like, hey, I'm working from home, but what's my next step with this? Where am I going now? Also, I have no idea if you've been thinking about writing, but I really get this idea of, maybe it's time for you to start writing. So I don't
Oh, interesting.
yeah, so there may be a sense of, like,
Huh.
starting to write things down, starting to share things, talk about things, teach things. Can I ask what it is you do for work, Susan?
It's um it's just a lot of computer work
Yeah,
with vacation timeshares,
okay.
transferring ownerships and research on deeds and that kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. I just feel like to me there's just that to me feels like it's a good quote unquote job, but I feel like there's a deeper purpose starting to bubble up, a pulling of like, hey, I think there's something more. So I feel like you're that's going to start coming in a bit more for you, and I feel like that's what mom is
Yeah.
starting to come in and like, hey, 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 honey, it's time. Hey, let's start doing this, right? And
Yeah, I just wish I knew what it was.
well, let's start with the idea of writing, right? Start just writing down thoughts, writing down feelings, try to do some automatic writing. I feel like that's going to help you understand how to kind of pull that out, how to kind of do that, okay? I feel like too,
Mm.
Susan, you might be a great consultant. So maybe just start to think about if I were to consult, what would that be about? What am I an expert on? And I feel like the consulting may be something that you may be naturally very good at and naturally able to help and guide people. So just think about that for a bit as well, okay? I just think at the
Okay.
point now, it's this is your time for freedom. This is your time for you. I feel like you're not in a way stuck, kind of taking care of other people. This is more about you stepping into you and just letting yourself do that, okay? So
Right. Okay.
I would grab a pen, I would grab a paper, I would do some automatic
Hmm.
writing, and I think you're gonna be really surprised at what comes out. I'd also, I think it would be great to kinda see you away from the computer a little bit more.
Yeah, I would agree to that.
Yeah, I feel like you would love it, but mom just she shows me a woman that feels put together. She just shows me a woman that I just feel like she's feeling good. She's feeling strong. And I think mom was ill
That's
prior to
amazing.
her passing. Is that right, Susan?
Yeah, she was bedridden for like the
Yeah.
last year and a half of her life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I just feel like, she shows me someone who is standing up, is strong, who looks good, who dresses nice, who just kinda has her voice, and is speaking her voice, and it just in very loving, but it's also, you may be feeling that nudge from her, you may have a dream about her because I just feel like she's stepping in to kind of push you along, okay?
Awesome.
All right. Well,
That's
lots of
awesome.
love to
Thank
you.
you.
Yes, yes, it's time to get
Thank
up.
you, Colby.
You're welcome. All right, lots of love to you,
Thank you. Have
Susan.
a
All
good
right,
night.
you too. Bye-bye.
Same.
Okay, let us do another one here. How about let's do 203. Hey, 203. This is Colby. Who is this?
Hi, Colby. It's Debbie.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. What can I do for you tonight?
Well, I was wondering if you see my finances getting any better, or if you have a message from my spirit guide.
Well, I feel like with the finances, they will get better, but I also feel like it's letting go of some things, Debbie. So I'm not sure if you've been trying to kind of hold on to things rather than releasing them. But I feel like it's time to kind of let things go to make things easier in your life and to
Mm-hmm.
simplify things. And I feel like once you simplify, that's when the finances ease up. It's almost like you're too afraid to let go. And because of that, you're you're a little bit beyond the means. Do you know what I mean? So whether it's a
Yes.
house and repairs or the car and repairs, like I just keep seeing, you're trying to kind of keep everything the way it used to be, but I feel like
Mm-hmm.
this is a time for change and a time for letting go and a time for simplifying, a time and not looking at that as quitting or not looking at that as failing, but looking at it as the universe trying to get you to take the next step because I feel like by taking the next step, you have more freedom, you have more joy, things are a lot easier for you to maintain. And I feel like that
Mm-hmm.
alleviates stress and I feel like you feel better. So that's what's kind of
Okay.
coming in around those finances, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So does
Yeah,
that
that's
make
that's a
sense for
rough one.
you? Yeah. Have you been holding
It
on?
does. It does.
Yeah.
I'm by myself and trying to stay in the home that I've
Oh.
had for 30 some odd years,
Yeah, but I think what's
and it's
different is maybe it's time. I feel like I understand that house being so special and so important to you. But maybe the
mm-hmm.
next chapter is about letting it go so that you can have the next leg of your journey, the next phase, the next chapter. And that may be more of what it's about because I feel like the house has repairs, it's got the maintenance, like and I feel like it's a little bit more than what you can handle. You understand that?
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
do. I do.
And
Yep. Yep.
that house
Yeah.
that house you had wasn't meant to create stress, right? That was a house of love, it was a house of family, but I also feel like it's okay to have something new and it's okay to start over, and I
Mm-hmm.
think by starting over, you create a lot more freedom and joy for yourself.
I see. I understand that. I do.
Okay. Yeah, so I
It's
know it's
hard, but
hard.
I understand it.
Yeah, and the thing is and you'll see, but allow yourself to be mindful that, over the next 6 months, if the finances tend to get worse or there's more repairs, that really could be the universe trying to say, "Hey, wait a second, like let's kind of switch things up." Because I just feel
Mm-hmm.
like you could sell this house, make a profit, use that profit to get something small for yourself and it just gives
Mm-hmm.
you some freedom. It gives you freedom to meet people, gives you freedom to try a new place, gives you freedom to have a new community. And I know all of that feels very, very scary to you, but
Mm-hmm.
it's also, again, I think what's needed to kind of get you onto that next leg, onto living your life again.
Mm-hmm. I
The house has
understand
a
that.
lot of
Yep. Yep.
memories. The house has a lot of
Oh, yeah.
memories and a lot of painful memory. There's a lot of It has a lot of joy and a lot of good, but I think it may be holding you in a place of grief. And so just kind of
Yes.
just, allow yourself to say, "Okay, wait a second." And I just want you to know it's not a sense of failure if you decide to let it go. It's a sense of empowerment, and it's a sense of letting the universe guide you.
Hmm.
Okay?
Yeah. I completely understand that. Thank you.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. All
Yes.
right. Lots of love to you, Debbie. You have a beautiful night and happy holidays to
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Colby. You also.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, let us do another caller here. Let's see. How about 760? Hey,
Hi, Colby.
760. Hi there. Who is this?
My name is Carrington.
Hi, Carrington. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. What can I do for you tonight?
I was just wondering if I could talk to my grandma
Oh,
or if she had anything from.
yes, but just as soon as you said that, I heard her say she's really been needing me lately. So I feel like maybe you've been asking for her, maybe you've been calling her, but would that resonate for you?
Absolutely.
I just also feel like she gives me the sense of giving you lots of love, Carrington. Lots of kisses. She gives me lots of kisses around the baby. um,
Aw,
So there's lots of little kisses here. Do you happen to have a small child, Carrington? Would you understand this?
I don't, but she's been my best friend since I was very, very young,
Okay,
since I
got
was
it.
born. So,
Okay, because she gives me. I feel like your grandmother though was very affectionate, not afraid to shower you with kisses, hugs, that sort of thing. Do you understand that?
yes.
Okay. She also gives me I think your grandmother was very fashion savvy, meaning like good at helping you find outfits, good at helping you. She loved when you had to pick things out. Like I just feel like she really gives me that sense of being excited to see like when you had a dance or the prom. Like she gives me very excited to see you excited, very excited when you had big events. I feel like she never missed them. She was always there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
She
and I
definitely.
also, do you Carrington, I keep hearing an M name, like a Margaret or a Mary. Do you understand that name connected to someone in the family? It could also be a middle name. Would that resonate for you?
My great grandma, so her mom's name was Margie.
That's what it is. So obviously she's with Margie, right? Your grandmother. And there's also an Ann. So I don't know if it's Margaret Ann or if Ann is someone else, but do you understand an Ann name as well?
Yes.
Okay.
They said that's my aunt's middle name.
Got it. Okay. So she's giving love to the aunt as well. She gives me Belle. I don't think someone's name is Belle. Belle. It literally is Belle.
That,
What, hun?
that's my mom's last name.
Oh, it is? Oh, I was like, oh, I was like, okay, I don't get this one. Thank you. Okay. That's okay. So you can see her. Oh, she just gave me goosebumps, right? I just feel your grandmother gives me a lot of love. There's such a great smell with her, Carrington. Like I just smell lots of like flowers with her. So I don't know if it's just that she had a light perfume or that she was always spraying house spray, but she gives me a nice light smell. And so I feel like she brings that in a lot to you. Do you know what I mean? So do you understand that even in
Hmm.
your own house, like a smell of like you wanting the house to smell good or spraying a spray or flowers in the house? Like she just keeps bringing that to me.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
So she shows me that I think your grandmother, I feel like your grandmother was very crafty, like very, very talented with her hands. I think just from being able to make things to cooking, like she shows me her hands and not being afraid to kind of make things with her hands. Her hands at the moment are around a coffee cup or a teacup. So I don't know if you would see her drinking her coffee or her tea, but
Mm,
she shows me that.
yes. Yes,
Okay.
definitely. We used to have coffee together all the time.
Okay. So she brings this, and also, but also, do you understand the craftiness with her?
I just said 100%.
Yeah. But what's also neat is, so she would love to make things and give it as gifts and kind of able, but she also loved it because you would make a lot of things. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like, especially when you were younger, you were making things, putting things together. I feel like you made something that might be pottery. Would you remember that at all, that she would have still had at the time of her passing? It makes me feel like it's a little pottery or a cup or something that you may have made her. Does that resonate for you, or gave her to her?
Probably,
Okay, not, but
probably.
it's not a real clear memory though at the moment.
Yeah. Not
Mm,
100% positive, but
okay.
more than likely.
I'm gonna leave it with you, but then you put it in our little Facebook if if it dawns on you. But I think it was something that would sit on a shelf that she had. It was out and about, so it was on display. This little thing that you made her, okay? And I feel like she
Okay.
would put little trinkets in it, okay? So, just see if that rings a bell after we get off, and you go, "Yeah, I remember what it is." But she shows me that. She shows me a heart as well. I believe there may be a photo of the 2 of you in a heart frame. Do you know that? Do you not know that?
Yes, after she passed, my mom got me one of those necklaces that has the heart with where you look at through it at the sun and it shows a picture of the two of us.
I love it. Okay, so she knows you have this, okay? So she's letting us know you have this. I will share with you, I do feel like she gives you hummingbirds, honey. So maybe just take note if you see the hummingbirds around you, because I feel like she shows us some hummingbirds with you as well, okay? Does that resonate?
Yes, it
Okay.
does.
Okay. And the other thing too is, I also feel like what's interesting with you is, I don't know if you just started a new job, Carrington, or embarking on new, like a new leg of a journey, but she's given me a big congratulations around this. So would you understand that something that we're celebrating, something new for you? Does that I don't know if it's a relationship or a job.
I I left a really bad relationship. So yes.
Okay, see that? So I feel like she is just giving us a big mwah, mwah. She gives me a big kiss and says, finally. And I just feel like this is beautiful. She shows me a ring for you. So I believe you may have one of her rings. Would that be correct? Or
um
that she gave you a ring. It's interesting. Did she give you a ring for a graduation by chance?
no, no, and I was trying to think my dad brought some stuff home for me, but I don't think there was a ring in any of them.
Okay, why don't you do me a favor, double check and just see. I feel like it's a ring. Double check if there's not a ring on a necklace, or even if it's a costume ring. I don't know. I feel like there may be. So just double check that if you don't mind. I feel like there's a ring, very strongly that there's a ring for you.
Okay, I will look into that.
Yeah, just look, because I feel like the ring has a stone in it, and it feels like a colored stone, not an engagement ring, but more of like a colored, like maybe a green stone, green or blue. Okay.
She did always wear a ring with a green stone in it.
Okay. I bel Don't I feel like this ring was meant for you, so find out who has it.
Okay.
Okay? So, but lots of love to you. You have a gorgeous night, and know that she's around you. Also, it's just hold your head up high, honey. She just tells me to hold your head up high. She feels that you are beautiful, and that I believe that true love is absolutely coming to you, and she's so excited for this person to step into your life, and she's just wanting you to feel good about your decisions, okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Colby.
You're welcome. You have a great night.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, let us do another one. How about 219?
Hello,
Hi there. This is Colby. Who is this?
this is Trista.
Hi, Trista. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. What can I do for you tonight?
I'm calling about my grandma.
Oh, okay. Wanting to connect, or what would you like to do? Is grandma, would you
She
like?
passed away in 2016.
Okay. Let me just kind of take a look here. I don't know, your grandma feels a little no nonsense to me, Trista. So, do you remember your grandma pretty well?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand her being a little no nonsense or a little like, she's very loving. There's a lot of love with her, but there's also like people couldn't pull one over on her. Does that make sense around her?
Yeah.
Okay. She really gives me a sense. I feel like she's very loving towards you, but also, like I said, I think she would take care of you. I don't know if it's that you lived with her for part time or you would spend a lot of time with her, but I see her kind of cooking for you, taking care, helping you with things. So would that make sense around her?
Yes, I lived with her.
Yeah. So but so it's interesting because there's almost like a parent feel, like a mother feel to her with you, getting you to do certain things. And I feel like too, what's interesting is I feel like she would always help you because I think you're an empath or your emotions would fluctuate. So I think she was always there for you to be that sounding board as well. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And she just shares too. There's just a lot of like a lot of love. I don't think she's I don't feel like she's very fancy. Like I think she just enjoyed being comfortable in her clothes. She enjoyed being comfortable in her slippers. Does that make sense? Like I don't feel like she wanted to kind of impress people in that way.
She never did. She loved walking around the house in her slippers.
Yeah, yeah. Well, she still does. So she just kind of gives me that and just kind of says, it was so much about your grandmother's very real. There's just we knew that what she said she meant. But I feel like, she was always worried about you, but in a good way, just wanting to make sure you were okay, wanting to make sure you felt loved, just kind of keeping you on track as much as she could. So it's interesting, Trista. I wonder if there was a little bit of, did you struggle in school at all? Can I ask, honey? Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, because I feel like a big thing was really wanting to help you, and I think that struggle in school was even like maybe fitting in or you being comfortable. So I feel like she wanted to kind of just help you as much as she could. I also see her just putting her arms around you, giving you like a big hug, a big kiss, and I feel like you've come so far. Now you're still kind of shy, I think, right? You just tend to be a little shy.
Yes.
Okay. So, but she gives me a big hug and a big kiss around you. And she just kind of says, "You're beautiful." She's like, "You're beautiful and you're a beautiful person and you're a sensitive person." And she loves that about you. She gives me the sense that you might write in a journal. So, would I be correct that you have a journal that you tend to write in?
Yes.
She sees you. So, just know that she sees you, she's with you. And she just wants you to have loving thoughts, positive thoughts, and just thoughts of knowing that just to know that you are not alone, okay? And she gives that. Also, I don't know if you have one of her bookmarkers or do you keep a bookmarker in the journal by chance?
No. I have her shirt that she gave me before she died.
Okay, okay. I was seeing more of a like a bookmarker that's got a little bit of the yarn on the end of it, like a tassel. So I don't know
Yeah.
why. Okay, I'm not sure why she's showing me kind of a tassel. If you don't have something, do you happen to have something that's just not of hers, but a tassel or a bookmark that this resonates, or not at all?
Not at all that I can think of.
Okay, that's okay. I'm not sure what it is she's showing me, but I see this like a tassel, like it's interesting too. I don't know, maybe there's a graduation happening or a celebration happening. Maybe it's like the tassel because I'm mostly seeing the tassel. And I feel like it's just a big, very proud of you. She's very, very proud of you. And just to see, that you are doing it. She's like, you are doing it. I want to let you know you're doing it and I see you doing it. So just kind of allow yourself to keep taking those steps forward, okay?
I have a teddy bear that actually has a graduation tassel
Oh,
on it.
that's what it is. Okay, there you go. See? So that's crazy, right? But she sees this, she knows this, and she just feels like just a sense of the biggest thing is to tell you how proud she is of you. And and she's always going to be your best friend, always, right? She's always going to be there, always be your best friend. So don't be afraid to continue to talk to her, reach out to her, and know that she is with you and around you and answering you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, lots of love to you, honey, okay? Also, is your birthday coming up by chance? She just said happy birthday. I don't know if it's your birthday or do we have a birthday that you understand for someone coming up?
My birthday passed. It was the day right after her birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Well, I do believe then this may be a belated
And my
happy
brother's
birthday.
having a baby.
Oh, there we go. Okay, because I just feel like we've got this congratulations and a happy birthday coming in. So just know that she is around everyone, okay, hun?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night, hun.
You too.
Bye-bye. Okay, everybody, that is the end of this episode of the Colby Rebel Show. I do want to thank all of you guys for being here, being with me. I will be back next week, so I'm sorry for everyone. There were so many callers. I tried to do as many as I could, but join me next week. Come back in. Let's do this together. Lots of love to you, and I just want to thank you guys from everything. Check out colbyrebel.com. You can see the classes there and have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed night. Bye, everyone.
Thank you for listening to the Colby Rebel Show. Be sure to follow Colby on social media at Psychic Rebel. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, please head on over to iTunes to leave a review to help Colby grow the tribe. Colby is an international psychic medium, teacher, best-selling author, and speaker. She is a master teacher of the Lisa Williams International School of Spiritual Development and is the owner of the Colby Rebel Spirit Center in Los Angeles. Visit colbyrebel.com.